Sweet. Okay. So number one, in a classroom full of talkative students, Rachel's silence was blank noticeable. The teacher encouraged her to participate more openly, but Rachel seemed content to let the other students answer questions. Okay. So what you probably want to say this one is that Rachel's silence was very noticeable. So something means like very noticeable, like, or it was just so noticeable, right? So I'm trying to think of my own word to go in the blank. And the reason why I would say very noticeable is because the silence in a because you're doing some sort of contrast. So she encouraged her to participate more openly, but seemed content to let other students answer questions. So what would you, so I would say probably exceptionally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exceptionally means very means like very or so noticeable, right? So not poorly noticeable. That'd seem weird. Disgustingly close. That seems weird. Unpleasantly. In fact, actually, all three of these sound negative. So they kind of knock each other out also. And again, these words should be pretty easy to figure out. So like if I look at number two, like if I look at these words, bright, weightless, heavy, minimal, those are all easy words, right? So again, we read it. I'm not gonna give the answer. I'm gonna let you give the answer, but I'll read the prompt. The journey to Julio's grandparents' house typically took 3 hours by car. On this occasion, he and his parents arrived earlier than expected because traffic was really bad. Just like, if those got stuck in the 280 a couple days ago, right? Was really bad. And you can use like unsophisticated phrase words, I don't care. Julio's father commented that this was one of the benefits of leaving early, as they had been the commuter rush. Um, Actually, hold on a sec. I think I messed this one up.
No.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's the opposite. The more I think about it now. Sorry. My bad. So typically takes 3 hours. On this occasion, his parents arrived earlier than expected. Why did they arrive earlier than expected? Because traffic was light. My apologies. Yeah, Julio's father commented this was one of the benefits of leaving early, as they'd be in the commuter rush. Okay. So they expected to be bad, but it was not. So it was light. So notice how I messed up the logic. That was my fault. And they do say logical. But I caught myself because I thought I was going to say C, and I was like, wait one sec, something seems off. So now I know it should be light. What choice are you going to go with? Minimal. Yeah. Okay.
So they're kind of like not like in a word indoors or a word
Well,
in.
correct. Trying to match it. Correct. Right. Yes, that's exactly what you want to do. Okay, let's try one more easy one, then we'll do the medium. Experts say that data entry jobs can be grueling. So that means, very tough. Then there's a word but the blank of the job are often balanced by perks such as flexible hours and remote work options. Okay. So each applicant for a data entry position must weigh the demands of the position against the benefits offered. So I say about the duties of the job, probably say something like that. The job duties um, are often balanced. Um, so what would you say for that one? Yeah, requirements. Yeah, exactly. I say requirements. Yeah, the other ones don't make any sense. And we always should check just to be sure. Like, notice when I caught myself for number two, I was like, wait one sec. Having it make sense. It has to be minimal. Okay, now let's move on to 1 through 6 of medium. So we have medium. So go and read number one and then tell me what you think. On page 34, right? So before you pick the choices, Joyce found a unique insight. So what word would you put in the blank there? Well, hold on. Before we pick a choice, what if you put your own word? If you put your own word, like, or at least imagine even see the choices, like cover up the choices. So yeah, but a different expression. or unique. You could use the same word you already see. So there are no limits. She was always writing something, putting down strings of words until she found a unique insight into the currents around it, or at least a unique expression of a well-worn idea. So we want something that means unique. Now, I like creative could work, but we have to, it's kind of a stretch. We want something that's like, or a new idea, because she's trying to revive a well-worn idea. So a new idea. Actually, that might be even a better word to go with. New. Creative doesn't understand, this is not necessarily new, but you're on the right track. Is hopeful mean new? Literary is kind of their tricky because she's writing stuff. Literary just means literature based. Like that doesn't mean new. So you're down to these two choices. And this is where the vocab does play a little role. So there's novel, as a noun, but it's being used as an adjective, right? A novel idea, a new idea. Anything novel is new. Um, have you heard of this word? Like if you're a novice at something, that means you're new at it. You're a beginner. So you start seeing roots. So that's what's happening. We start seeing roots for that one. So correct, new, correct, right.
So kind of hard to think about the answer for that.
Yeah, so yeah, we're looking for new. Okay, let's just move, let's keep moving. Let's look at two. Okay, so what I encourage you to do is try to maybe cover up the choices and think of your own word to go in that blank there. So she's some kind of man. Handsome man, an ugly man, a smart man, a businessman. I don't know. What kind of man does she want? Well, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. So it cannot be found at school or even dorms of universities. So let's say she's like in college, she's like 20 years old. She's not gonna meet another 20-year-old guy. She might meet someone much older because it says wisdom comes with age.
Yeah, the older you want.
So she should seek an older man. So would you say, so which one of these means older? Senior. Yep. Yeah. Tasteful, bold, capable. But the evidence, right? Age, not find someone at school. So,
You would think that would be cute if you did it.
but here's the thing, capable men can be young too, right? So, yeah, so as you see what's happening here, I'm looking for hardcore evidence to back up the answer. So you're going based off like, something that seems okay. Like, yeah, I wouldn't fault you for saying capable, sure. 100%, you're in conversation. That person seems very capable. They could care for someone, support someone, right? But yeah, we really got to look for evidence, hardcore evidence to back this up. Here's the one. Bayard Rustin was a close advisor of Martin Luther King Jr., though there's a contrast, not a well-known figure, or not as well known as Dr. King. Rustin was still probably, I'd say, an important member. He was important. So which of those would mean important, or someone who's like very good at this movement, or someone or let me take it back. Let me take it back.
Well, we know. Oh, sorry.
He was a close advisor. Okay, yes, you could say exceptional. I don't fault you for that. Definitely not animated, or definitely not alert. That's for sure. Or was an active member. That could work too. Yeah.
So either one would work.
Yeah, was an act. Yeah, exceptional. Yeah, but he was a close advisor. So right. He was actually, yeah, I mean, important. Yeah, I mean, if you're not well known, but you could still be important. But why? Yeah, so but engaged means that he's very involved, right? Um, so close advisor, right? Yeah, active was probably a better, I think, word to choose. So, I mean, important works too, but exceptional just means Yeah, and right, and we don't know if we went above and beyond. We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that. Right.
Is there enough?
So what you're doing is that you got it down to two, but I like what Fernanda did because she used some critical thinking there. She actually dug a little deeper and said, what does really exceptional truly mean? You're going above and beyond. And I would agree. I don't think there's evidence to back that. I think engage would be a stronger choice. Yeah. Okay, try four on your own. We'll cover the choices and tell what you guys think. So I don't mean to insist there's an improper use of funds or to assume there's an improper use of funds or to say or accuse. So I want, is he creating an improper use of funds or recommending? No, evaluating? Yeah, imply. Yeah. Yeah, I go A for that one. Okay. Then 5 and 6 move on to another problem set. 5 and 6, yeah. Just 5 and 6. So look at this one here for 5. So they revolve around the distant future, so way in the distance, right? And what breakthrough will one day revolutionize, say, scientific knowledge in those fields? Fine. But when it talks change to genetics, so there's a contrast. Suddenly the future seems to be more accessible or closer, not as distant in the near term, not in the long term. So close, even if we still don't understand it.
What is imminent mean?
It means it's about to happen.
Yeah, it's like,
About to happen.
okay, okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know what A, B, and D mean, but they don't mean close. So you go with the word you don't know. That's totally fine. You go with it. But notice I had to look at the hold on. I had to look at the in the little blur of the paragraph and I had to see, oh well, one day, and I saw but, so now I had to contrast that.
Oh,
That's why I knew to say accessible or close. Fernand, go ahead. Yeah, question. Did I answer your question? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so notice I'm looking for a phrase. I'm looking for if there's a contrast word, great, focus on that. And that will indicate what I need to put in the blank there. Yeah, because it can be really confusing with the logic. Okay. About to happen. I'd say if it's okay if you don't know that because we could eliminate the other three choices. Yeah, so that's fine. As long as you know 3 of the 4 words. So before we do number 6, let's look at these 4 words here. So suture, fracture, hostility, breach. Okay, suture is a pretty tough word. Does anyone know what suture means?
use.
Yeah, like stitching. Yeah, like stitches, essentially. Fracture. What's a fracture? You break, right? Hostility. A lot of anger, like in Minnesota, there's a lot of hostility, right? Um, breach. A breach would be a breach. Like it's when you break something, which is a breach. Like yeah, breach of contract. Perfect. That's a great. See, the lawyer here should know that, right? right? Breach of contract.
So then,
So, but if you didn't know what suture meant, that's fine. But as long as you know the three, you should be okay.
wait, they almost.
They're blank.
Only, well, it's usually breaches only used in like contract. You don't want to say. At the end of a contract, they'll be like, should this contract be on something?
I would never.
Wait, what is?
Hostility means anger.
Oh.
So this is a tricky one.
I mean, it's either one.
Yeah, this is a tricky one because
Oh, see.
do we
Hostility that's wrong between like a bow and
Oh, never mind.
hostility? So they both left. But here's the thing, but they did want to talk to each other afterwards.
If you didn't say that, it would be either answer or C.
Passive
And pursue more cooperative. Yeah.
You can say
Well, definitely it's not A. Definitely it's not A. The answer is D, actually. Yeah, it is D. I know, it's D. You know, I'm a little torn. I'm a little torn with this one. Yeah, because I don't see why hostility is bad necessarily. I don't see why fracture is not, but breach means they just well they so say for example I decide to leave Sacred Heart tomorrow. Okay, so I quit tomorrow. Okay, so I breach my contract, but then somehow like after a few years I see Rich Deoy or Doug. Well, actually we don't really. Actually we have a different kind of situation. We could leave at any time, and they can fire me at any time too. Yeah, yeah. So, but what if what if there was a contract? So of course someone would, they would be upset at me that I left. But hostility is very strong. That's the thing. Hostility, yeah, it's very emotional. So I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, you guys have it. Yeah. It's D. Yeah, it's D. Yeah. But
it is.
I know I'm a little torn on this one too. Yeah.
Or if it doesn't have a last part of the.
Yeah.
So they said so. I feel like everyone's going, but if it said that.
Yeah. So I will admit some of these some things might be debatable. I will acknowledge that. Fracture means like if you have a for 6? No, you look at medium. Medium. No, that's for the next set. You look at the wrong set. That's for the next set. Yeah. Hey Karen. Just grab a packet. You just missed one set so far. You're okay. Yeah, I mean fracture would be more if you broke. We'll look it up. But fracture means more if you broke like if there's a fracture in your relationship, I guess, or a fracture. I mean, like there's a crack in a relationship. It's kind of small though, so kind of minor.
It is just not right with the.
I guess that. Breach, can I show you what a breach means? A violation, a break, or an opening. Oh,
Broken promise, illegal infraction, breach of contract, security breach, a rupture, which is more severe than a breach. Yeah, sorry, more severe than a fracture. So let's say. So, yeah, well, let's move on, guys. Let's move on to reading comprehension. I know. No, we're gonna stay up for a few weeks from now. Okay, so main purpose. So I'm gonna do number 1. Have you guys try 2 and 3? So here asks for the main purpose of the text. So let me read this out loud. In psychology, visual memory describes the relationship between initial perception of an image and storage and retrieval of that image. The brain's ability to store and recall images depends on the relevance of the image and how often the image is recalled. For example, an individual may be able to describe a meal she just had in great detail, down to the specific arrangement of every single item on her plate. After a week, however, she's barely able to recall the plate, as her brain has realized the image isn't relevant enough for her to remember. Okay. So it looks like this is a pass about memory and how we're able to recall things. So if I look at the choices to introduce and illustrate the concept of visual memory with an everyday example, yeah, I did do that. But if you look at B, to outline two opposing theories, not two opposing theories. To describe the rate at which, it didn't talk about the rate at which.
No.
To identify concerns about memory loss, not concerns. So I'll go A. Yeah. 100% I'll go A.
Would it be best, do you like suggest that we read the A through D first?
No, I think what I would do is I would first read the question what they want. So if they want like, main purpose, overall structure, at least know what the question is, and then just start reading. Because if you do look at the choice, it could kind of taint how you look at it. So
Subject.
why don't you guys try 2 on your own?
Wait,
So-
so it is A.
It's A, yeah. Let's try 2. And Karen, sorry I didn't have your initial email. I accidentally sent it to Karen Perone instead of Karen Gonzalez. So that was an accident. So yeah, you're now in the original email and the new email list. So okay, so 3 of these choices seem pretty ridiculous. One seems, I think, pretty safe. What would you guys say? B, totally B. Yeah. It's not rejecting anything. It's actually agreeing with the theory. There's no two sides of a debate, so definitely not C. And it's not talking about any issues. So yeah, I go B. Yeah. But those are some biases. When you do talk about like animals, talk about endangered species, sometimes you might want to say D perhaps, but yeah, we obviously have to make sure we understand what they're talking about. All right, and then the main purpose again. So let's go and try 3 on your own, then we'll move on to the medium. And again, you want the main purpose. And of course, we're focusing on Darwin's theory or explanation. So you say among the numerous theories, Darwin's remains most compelling. They explain why, and they have evidence to back it up. So what do you guys think? D, yeah. Yeah, not when the false work was first discovered. Yeah, I don't like that. To discredit? No way. It's not discrediting anything. It's not comparing anything. So sometimes there's a word that kills it. It's not comparing anything. Not 2 groups, by the way. It's not discrediting. First discovered doesn't make sense. So, now there are some medium questions, but in the interest of time, I would hate that we don't spend any time out. If we have time, we'll come back to the medium questions for this. But let's focus. Let's transition to math. It's gonna be I'll put in the school script on email to you guys. It'll be the rest of the easy and the rest of the medium. So yeah, Yeah.
Those are like, okay,
rest of easy, rest of medium.
so next week. That's
Correct.
what I'm back with.
Except parts. You don't need any parts.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, actually, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah,
The map is not in here.
nope. It's a separate one. Otherwise, it'd be too
How many sections are this?
We're doing 8.
Eight.
Yeah. Oh, Oh, wait. Oh, we're having 8 meetings.
So do two.
We're gonna do actually, I think there's 4.
Oh, that's what took.
Yeah, so yeah, there's four math packets. And now the one thing I might start asking you guys, well, we'll see when we get there, is potentially we might need you guys to get your laptop out and we might need to use Desmos. Actually just queue it up. Yeah, just queue it up because we're gonna want to use Desmos.
Is conflict
What's that?
question, it's like kind of work, so you can just hurry.
Yep.
I know that's the issue. I can't, that.
Yeah, actually, and you guys can also share a laptop too, but yeah. But yeah, here we go. Okay. And by the way, there's snacks, help yourself if you need snacks. Okay, so there's 4 topics here: systems and solutions, which are a system of equations. I'm just gonna scan ahead here. Linear functions, so graphing of lines, anything that deals with lines. This is gonna solving linear functions. We have solving linear equations, and then lastly, how to interpret or represent like functions in general or equations. So we have that as well. All right, so starting with this one, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. All 3 problems on this page here. Now, you can do this a couple ways. You could just go straight to Desmos and plug them in, use X and Y instead of A and B. However, these are the easy questions. This is a first module question. Should be pretty quick. If you look over here, what happens if I add the 2 equations together? What happens to the B's? What are you stuck with? So 5A equals, what does A equal? So sometimes don't use Desmos. Desmos could take longer. Sometimes it could take longer. So what I'm asking you to do is that we want to develop that skill of like, when should I use it, when should I not use it, right? I mean, Desmos is definitely a great tool, but occasionally there might be times where, you know what, let me just solve the darn thing, right? But if you're stuck, Desmos could be a way to bail you out. Let's look at 2. They wonder how many solutions it has. What happens to the Y's though? So what are you stuck with? Well, you're stuck with this situation here. Is that true? So if it's not true, what are you going to say? No solution. Yep. No solution. Now you could have, again, used Desmos, but I still don't think we need to use Desmos just yet. I think we could totally just use the skills that we already know to do this. Now let's look at 3. Now here, totally use Desmos. You see, Greg? Or it's multiple choice, right? Not all the questions are multiple choice. Some of these math questions will be free response. Sometimes you will see that. But I could just look at the choices and see which one makes sense, right? Like let's plug these into the second equation. That's kind of an easier equation to plug into. Is -3 minus -1 4? Is -1 minus 3 4? Is 3 minus -1 4? Is 6 minus -1 4? Which one makes the second equation work? And just double check. Let's plug it back into the first one. Does it work for the first one?
Yeah.
It does. So again, you totally could use Desmos. But what I did, again, as a strategy, I worked backwards. I tested the choice and I saw which one made sense. 3 -1 totally makes sense. So yeah, I mean, again, you could always use Desmos, but I want to show you times where maybe you don't need that. And again, it's first module, it's easy questions. But I think the medium we will see an opportunity to do that for sure. Okay. Now, if we go to page 50, this is where I think I'm going to want to use Desmos because I see some bigger numbers going on here, right? Let's read it. In a baking contest, Jenny made 9 fewer cupcakes than George did. If Jenny and George made a total of 73, then how many did George make? Okay, we need equations, obviously. So J will be Jenny. Jenny is G minus 9.
Oh.
Actually, lose X and Y. Because we have to use X and Y anyway in Desmos. X equals Y minus 9. And X plus Y is 73. So what I'm going to do Go to Desmos. And the beauty about Desmos, you just type in the equations just like the way they look. You don't have to rearrange anything. Just type in like the way it looks. And this will be built into the SAT. And see where they touch. Okay, so remember X was Jenny, Y was George. So George is how many people? Or how many cupcakes is George? 41. There you go. So let's go back to, are you okay with the equations I made? Is that? Oh, okay, let's slow down because I went too fast. Okay, so Jenny made 9 fewer than George. So George is Y, you got to take 9 away from Y to be Jenny. Right? Does that make sense? X equals Y minus 9.
Plug that in.
Right. And sorry if I'm going too fast. That's my apologies. So there's a lot of material on the cover. So X equals Y minus 9. And together they make how many? So are we cool with equations now? At that point, let Desmos do the dirty work for you. At this point, don't even, I mean, you could substitute and work it out. Just let Desmos do it at that point, right?
How do you know?
They asked for George, and George is Y. They asked for George. Yep. But they also put A to throw you off. Right? They put it there to throw you off. So yeah. Okay. Now look at 2. You could plug in each choice to see which one makes sense, but I would actually go Desmos. Like, okay. So Y is, see, I have the packet in front of me. Yeah, Y is greater negative 5x minus 10. Y is greater than 4x plus 22. Okay, so you're looking for the shaded region. So where do they overlap? Where it's probably like deep purple. That's probably the overlap, right? And if you ever want to change the colors, you totally can. If you so desire. Now, if you look at the points to give us, negative 32 comma 0 is over here, right? That's not in the shaded region. 0, negative 32 is in the white region. We don't want that. 0, 32 might be okay. 32, 0, no. So of the choices, which of the choices fits in the shaded region? The overlapping region, C. Yeah, it fits in the overlapping region. So you could have plugged in the choices, or you could have actually solved this algebraically. That is nonsense. Don't do that. Let the computer do the work for you. Likewise with 3. Okay, I want you guys to try 3 on your own. I want you to punch in those equations. Tell me what the coordinates are.
Yes, I will like.
C. C, yeah.
It's so easy.
I would agree.
So easy.
There you go. Now you know. And like for those who had geometry last year as sophomores, I teach geometry. We don't really use Desmos that much. Algebra 2, we should be using it a little more. I think we do a little more. Pre-cal, you don't. Well, you might.
Well, I
Maybe she does. Okay, I did my algebra 2, but yeah.
that's
I realized it was that.
But Desmos is a really good skill to have. Good tool. Okay, what do you guys get for 3?
A.
A. Yep. A makes sense. Yep. Because yep, you get good. Let's keep going. Okay, let's look at yeah, go and try 4, 5. Try 4, 5. 4 is a free response, by the way. Right, correct. We'll do 6 together. 6 I'll do with you guys.
Questions like that where you put in your own answer?
Correct. Yes. It'll be a number. You put a number you punch in. But you gotta find where they touch and then subtract the coordinates.
Sorry.
Because that's what they want. They want you to subtract the coordinates.
Oh, X minus.
We always put the Desmos there?
100%. No, all the time.
Okay, negative.
The 131? 131.
Let's see. The 4.
What is it? Oops.
I was doing the math. I was working it out. That's what I read out of time. Come on.
Mr. Marshall, before it became digitized,
like,
students have
just
access to
number five.
Desmos.
What was that?
Before it became digitized, students have.
No. You had a graphic calculator, but not Desmos.
That's
No.
Yeah. And then the pandemic kind of forced them to change the test because a lot of people couldn't take the test because a lot of test centers because in California a lot of schools are closed. And then they just figured let's put Desmos
Oh.
on the test. So yeah. It's also the AP exam too. If you're doing any STEM AP exams like AP chemistry, physics, or calculus or stats.
Oh,
I was thinking with you.
no, you can be.
Yeah, I don't have time. Oh, wait.
Wait, huh?
And I have an answer for four?
Yeah.
11 words.
No, for four.
Okay, that's fine.
No, you got five. That's good. 49. Good. No, it's all good.
What's X? Is it 3 plus Y?
2 plus 0.75 or 0.75 is the same thing as 3/4.
But,
You can totally, and what you could do if you are confronted with like converting decimals to fractions, just plug in the fractions in Desmos, and it'll tell you. So if you plug 11 fourths, you'll see 2.75. Yeah, you totally can do that. Yeah, you can double check by just by.
what is the small half divided by two values? What's the what's the other five? Let me do it down by. Where is it?
I'm confused. I don't understand the variable constant ones.
I'm gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
Okay.
That's another Desmos skill. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, let's do six together. Yeah. Do you get 49 for four? And do you get D for five? Good. Got it. Okay, we're okay with 49. Okay, yeah, just find the coordinates where they touch, subtract them. I don't know. Hold on. No, it's not. Let's wait on six. Let's wait. For five is D. We're okay. We're cool with five.
Yes.
Okay. Now for six. Here's what's gonna happen. You have you have one equation, 5x minus c and 15x minus 12 over 3. You want infinitely many solutions. So what's happening conceptually is that you have two lines. Y equals 5x minus c. Y equals.
Yeah.
So think of it like this. It's like two equations, right? And you want to see where these two lines. Now, when it's infinitely many solutions, that means you want these lines to be identical. You want them to overlap. That's why it's infinitely many solutions. So what you're going to do is if I go back to Desmos, Y equals 5x minus c, and it's going to give me a slider. We're going to add the slider. Y equals 15x minus 12. Oh, I got to do division first. Hit divide first.
Oh, hit the vibe.
Hit divide first, and then, yeah. Okay.
Oh, oh, you just.
Wait, is one? Wait,
I'm pretty sure we do.
No. Oh, wait.
they're
No.
already overlapping.
No, I hold on. How come I don't see?
Oh, because you play.
No, but the first one's.
Wait,
Oh, yeah, no, that's.
wait. How come I see the other line?
You have to
Whoa.
press play.
Oh, wait.
No, it is overlap.
Hold on. Something seemed fishy.
No, yeah. It doesn't. Wait, it's
No,
like-
you know why? Because because I'm so zoomed out. That's why.
Oh,
Oh, duh.
Hold on. Let me.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Hold on. Let me refresh this. Hold on. No, my window is all messed up. Let me do it again. Y equals divide 15x. No, there we go. Okay, they're totally different lines. My window is all messed up. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna move the slider until they overlap. So it looks like they overlap somewhere. So it's 4. That's where overlap.
Yay.
So that's one of the advantages of Desmos. You can use that net, or if you want no solution, well, I mean, no solutions everywhere because they're not touching. But here's the thing: you have to know the concept. Infinitely many solutions means there's so many answers, so they overlap everywhere. So you had to understand that at least. But then you could leverage Desmos to do the answer for you. Now, how would you have done this without Desmos? You could also tell yourself, well, this equation here, if I divide it by 3, is 5x minus 4. So of course I want C to be 4, so they're identical. Because when identical, what happens to the 5x's? They cancel. What are you stuck with? -4 equals -4. Is that a true statement? Yeah, it is. And that's why the answer is B. But you can just use sliders, and you're gonna see a lot of questions like that. That's why there's a lot of practice here on this stuff, right? You're gonna have a lot of practice on this. So that was medium, yes. All right, let's move on to another problem set. Let's go to page 6, 7. Seriously, let's go to page 6, 7. 6, 7. I'm serious. I know, it's kind of funny. I was waiting for that. It happens all the time now. I'm not 6, it's page 6, 7. I'm right. I'm not wrong. Okay, really 68. I just want to say 6, 7. See, now my middle kid's in kindergarten says all the time now. It's like, yeah, it's funny. Okay. Linear functions. All right. Some of these should be like that, fast. We go fast, right? So number 1 on page 68.
Oh,
Yes. Okay. So this is the core skill. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. This is a gimme. If the slope is -2, what answer choice are you going to go with? A. There you go. Because it's the only one that's a slope of -2. Yeah, that's easy. Should not miss that one. Or for number 2. Yeah, yeah, right. Londra's right.
yeah.
For number 2, what's the y-intercept for number 2?
What?
What's the slope?
What?
Which one shows slope of 1/2 and y-intercept of 1? B. Yep. Yeah, these are free points. For number 3, so positive x-intercept and a negative slope. So okay, before I want to make sure everyone's got it. No, you got it.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, I looked at the.
Okay, what do you guys think about 3? So A, yeah, you want a negative slope, but positive x-intercept. B is a 0 slope. C is a positive slope. D is a negative x-intercept. D is no good, so it's got to be A. So you can see these problems go by pretty fast. Let's move on to page 71. Correct. Yeah. Okay, before we move on, we're okay in pace. We're doing okay. Okay, we're gonna slow down a little bit because now we're in the medium. What is the value of A if the line shown passes through the point A, comma 5? Okay. Now, this one, it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. So, because the numbers look kind of weird, right? So here's what we're gonna do. This is another Desmos opportunity.
Yeah.
They do give us 2 points that are noticeable. What 2 points are noticeable?
The 7.
7, 5, and what else? Actually, 7, 6.
Oh,
The opposite of 6, 7. Right. I know.
no, it's 7.
Yeah, 7, 6, and 0, 3. Okay. So what you could do, because these are really weird numbers, right? These are not whole numbers, and some are pretty close together. So what I would do is I say, well, let's find the equation of that line. Now, to find the equation of that line, you got to find the slope and the y-intercept and go through all that process. But here's where Desmos, another skill you can use with Desmos that'll help you, which you may know or may not know. I don't know. So you've already seen sliders now. You can do a table. Just type in table. Type in table. Or you hit the plus sign and add a table. Okay. Now, punch in the coordinates. 0 for x, 3 for y. 7 for x, 6 for y. You want an equation, right? Click on that little regression symbol. Linear regression. There you go.
And then you can just transfer
that's
it
easy.
to. Wait, no.
Yeah. I'm serious, yeah. So now,
was on paper.
Well,
There.
yeah, your brain, yes. Yes, your brain. Yes. Well, the questions were a little different back then, I think, but but not too much different. 0.429. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna graph that equation because they're asking the x value and y is 5, right? So I'm gonna still leverage Desmos. I'm gonna graph y equals 0.429x plus 3 and y equals 5 and see where they touch. Where do they touch?
Um, 4.5.
Wait, what's the five?
4.662.
Oh, that's what we're trying to figure out.
We're trying to figure out the x coordinate and y is 5.
Bit.
And then it is whoa. And then
It's big five? It's 4.6. Yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
It's B.
Okay, so
But
what was that?
14 over.
I approximated. I rounded a little too early, yeah. So now the x core is 4.66 something. Actually, it's 4.67. I know. It's how it happens all the time. So which one is close to 4.66 repeating? It's B, 14 thirds. Oh, and you can punch in Desmos. Yeah, you can punch in Desmos to find out for yourself. So let's backtrack a little bit here. So we did a few things, right? There's a lot going on here. Let's back a little bit. I know, getting a little delirious. All right, okay. All right. We made a table. That makes sense because there's points, and we got the equation. But then the question asked for the equation asked for what is the x coordinate when y is 5. So we got to plug in 5 for y and solve for x. You could do that by hand. You totally can. But what I decided to do instead was let's graph the equation and let's graph y equals 5 and see where they touch. Correct. And then look at the choices. Which fraction is the same thing as 4.66 repeating? And you'll find that 14 thirds is the same thing. Right.
You really touch. How could you do that? Maybe you're doing it wrong. They touch at 5. What if it says it's at 5?
You want to graph y equals 5 and see where it touches the line. Fernando, you have a question?
You've been like-
Um,
I agree. I agree.
No,
Oh, wait, no.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, got to that too.
What do you want? I don't know, but I put that one.
2 is really
How do we
straight.
know it's 14 grades? How do we know 4.60 is 3?
And by the way, I didn't actually have to type in the regression equation. It actually makes it for me. I didn't realize I could actually turn it on and off. So I didn't have to. 20 over 4. Which number? Are you number 2? Oh, I'm not. Let's go 2. Yeah, I'm not there yet. You guys are ahead of me. All right, let's look at 2 now. For 2, yeah, that's just reading the graph carefully. So what's the y-intercept here? Looks like it's 3. So we got down to B or C. And -1, 9 makes sense. Yeah, so I'm gonna go C. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
So what would you say?
oh, we haven't got there yet. They get pretty crazy. Yeah. No, I see you guys like knee high a little bit now. Okay, we're getting there. Yeah. Yeah. You're not fully submerged. Okay. Or knee deep, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Again, you have Desmos. Let's do a table for number 3. And I want you to do the same for number 5. Actually, number 5 could do process elimination, I'd say. 5, you don't need Desmos. You just use process.
Good of you.
I'm doing 3.
And 3, I want you to do a table in Desmos. And then for 4, I want you to isolate Y.
Isolate one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
5.
Wait. Oh, I keep jumping back into it.
What's the next one? Zero, negative 3.
I'll do 6 with you guys.
Then.
No, no.
And then you're gonna put another one? How do you do another one? Isolated thing. And I put the equation. Oh, yeah. Why do you like 6 x minus 2? Why? Okay. So, we use D, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you do?
3.
Is that it? That was three. Three is easy. Yeah, three is actually like.
3's D.
Yeah.
Okay. And actually, yeah, there's only one that has, or sorry, 2 that have wires with -3, and you can plug into the point, but you use Desmos too.
4 now.
Yeah, let's do 4. And Karen, how you doing? You're good? All right, cool.
Thing, if it's kind of-
I don't get that.
It's negative-
What does that mean? Is it fight by?
What does it?
4.
Hold on. Four. Oh, that means that's just the equation, that's all.
Oh, that's it.
Let's find the slope of the equation. That's all. Yeah, go Karen.
Oh, I thought it was like, I thought.
No, that's
Okay, Alright, hi.
Okay, sure.
What is this?
Oh,
this.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
How do you doing? Skip this one.
I'm
just kidding.
Oh,
Cute.
So get y by itself for 4. 5. So if you use process of elimination, the slope is positive, right? What's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is positive also, right?
Wait, where are we at? 3?
5.
Oh, wait 1 sec. Hold on.
It's fine.
13 or 11.
Wait. Hold on. I'm confused with 5 because the y-intercept is 3. I don't see 3's. Weird. Oh,
No, switch.
No, sorry.
Wait, that still doesn't even make sense to me either.
But still, that would.
wait, what?
Oh, a line of best fit.
Yeah, go, yeah.
It's always positive. though, so it's
Yeah, that's
like-
what-
You know what? I think it's a typo. I think they meant to say 3.2, not 6.2. Yeah. What do you guys go for 4? Yeah, good. Okay, for 5, yeah, I think they meant to put 3.2, not 6.2. The slope's positive and the y-intercept is positive. Which one has a positive y-intercept and a positive slope? D as in dog. Yeah. It should be 3.2, not 6.2. Yeah, I think they have a typo. Yeah, because the y-intercept is definitely not 6. Right, positive slope, positive y-intercept, correct. Right. Okay, and lastly for 6, before we go on to the last 2 math sets. So if you want to be perpendicular, do you guys remember the relationship between slopes?
You have the same.
Same slope would be parallel.
It'd be
Oh, wait, yeah,
They're
yeah.
reciprocal. So if you get y by itself,
It's a negative 4.
right, you get that. And then divide by 3, you get this.
But that's just fine reciprocal of that.
And what's I'll slow down. Sorry. Yeah, so we have to identify the slope. That's not obvious right now. So I get y by itself. So we're cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, then to get the perpendicular slope, I have to do the negative reciprocal. So I gotta flip it and change the sign.
So.
If I flip it and change the sign, what do I get?
Positive
3 or 4. So now, which of these options, I know it's kind of pain, but which of these options will give me a slope of 3/4? You can kind of do it mentally if you want to do it in your head.
No, I forget.
B.
I know it's kind of lame day, but which one of these is going to give me a slope of 3/4? If I isolated y.
Okay.
If I isolate y, give me a slope
C.
of 3/4.
See.
Well, this one will give me 2. One, sorry, 1/2.
Oh, yeah, see.
See,
yeah,
That'll give me 1/3.
It's the.
That would be,
it's on
that's
the
the
bottom,
fourth
that's
step.
like
That'd be 3/4, right? And that'd be
the trick.
3/8.
Is that a trick?
Call it the little long thing.
Yeah, exactly, right, right.
Not a trick though, like if the whatever before, like the denominator of the slope, it would be next to one.
Correct, right.
So
Because you're,
it's just like-
because you're dividing by that,
Yeah.
right? Okay, okay, let's move on to our third math problem set. Okay, solving linear equations. Okay, these are going to be a joke. They should be a joke. Unless you're tired. 36,
Oh.
Oh, that's
Not bad.
what is
Okay.
it? 160.
160.
What, boy?
I feel so smart, JV.
So 36. Let me zoom out.
Page, isn't it? 9?
No,
Wait, what?
150. No, for
what?
Oh, no, you didn't give me. Oh, he's not even giving me.
Wait, where is this? Wait.
Page 136.
Is it not 160?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
36, C, and A.
Oh, cause what, oh, no. Because Mike was not in.
divided by 9. Well, still trying to be involved.
Which one?
3.
So what does Y equal?
9.
Well, 90 equals 10Y.
Oh, okay.
So solve for Y, divide by 10. And then, but they don't want Y, they want 9Y.
Oh, then you just.
So it's 9 times 9. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
That's just.
Correct.
Yeah.
What's 8 minus 1?
Right. 9 times 9.
Okay, here I don't think we'll be using Desmos so much. I think we'll just be kind of working these out. So now let's move on to the medium. I've done 1, 2, 3. So again, 36, C, and A. If I go to 138, these still should be pretty reasonable. So go ahead and try. I'll also let you guys just do this for the next few minutes. Just go and try 1 through 6 on your own or with your table groups, and then we'll look at the answers in about 3 or 4 minutes. Should go by pretty fast. So go into 1 through 6 on your own on pages 138 and 139.
Wait, which ones do you want to see?
1 through 6 on the medium. Sorry, on page 138. 1 through 6 medium.
You got 7.
For 1.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Because 6 times 8, so 2.
What?
Five.
Wait, with 42?
It's not, yeah.
What's 48 then?
Actually, you're on a roll.
You're pretty.
No, I think it's 48.
No, it's 48.
Equal color.
What's 48 divided by 3?
Oh, it's better. Oh, I love her space. Are we on a different mountain? Sorry, guys.
Whoa.
Yes. Mr. Malshin, did your
Yeah.
child have K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah, now you got the song in my head. Just you mentioned that.
16, right?
Yeah, they used to watch that, but they're not into that anymore now. But they were for a while. Yeah. Yeah, it was really popular on Halloween. A lot of kids were that for Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay, what's the term 16? 48
So what's the answer?
over 48 over 8 is 6.
I got 3y equals 48, and then I just.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got, yeah, we got
I mean,
six, you got six, you got six.
Yeah.
So wait, what is it? Since it says
I
about.
haven't- I think
That was easy.
Oh,
I
so
feel
no.
like easy.
That's how I feel like in every.
What's the difference?
Especially English. What am I gonna time RA, bro?
Sorry, what?
English, like I feel like we need time writing the RA. Just
I'm actually-
20 minutes to write that. But remember, like the task.
Yeah, we want
I'm just gonna write the answers on here.
Okay, great.
I already know I'm gonna.
C, 43. Six. See,
I don't know how you get numbers.
oopsie. I did 5 wrong.
Okay, basically what I did was.
Oopsie, I did 5 wrong.
Oh, I thought, I thought it was. I was like.
And divided by the amount. This is right, so this is times 2 so the amount of speed equals 8.
Oh, I overthought this one. I overthought 5.
For 4, I probably suggest you cross multiply,
And then,
or you could flip the fraction. You're allowed to do that.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Oh, wait, no. You bring the 2 over here, right?
So that's 14.
Amy, I'm laughing for.
Then what are you laughing for?
What do you laugh?
What are you laughing for?
No stuff.
Right.
I get you.
Read now.
Sorry.
What was mine? Oh.
No, what?
That's because of somebody I had.
Oh, everyone's so funny.
Wait, I don't get sick. Yeah, I don't get sick.
Wait, I can do that one.
What do you mean isolate?
Right, I was
You
on
have
the
to?
No. So actually, I
You- if you want. So then it would be 8x equals 14.
Yeah, Valentina, good.
Then 14 divided.
Yeah, I'll explain 6. So 8x equals 14. And then you can solve for x by dividing by 8. Which is 7/4, right? And then you throw it back into the here and solve for that. Yeah. Yeah, just solve for x and then throw it back in.
I said the same thing. Right. Right. And I can.
Yeah.
So what was the answer for 6?
3 or B.
Did you get it for me?
I guess. Okay. Last one. We're not going to spend too much time on it because it's almost 5 o'clock. Okay. Interpretation is more taking the words given to you and then making equations or something like that. So we'll go to page 174. 174. So for this one here, you're just trying to make the equation that matches the words. So number x is 3 times y. So which one is 3 times y? Yeah, let's just say. Okay. So one is A. One is A. Now for 2, a submarine descends 12 meters per minute, constant rate. Which of the following gives the depth? So it's got to be a multiplication, so it's got to be C. Yeah, because you're multiplying by 12.
Ah.
Yeah, 2 is C. What was that? For 1? Yeah, because it's you got to multiply by 12. Yeah, it's times. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. And then Declan is folding papers to make origami. It takes 2 minutes to fold each swan, 5 minutes to fold each frog. He works 35 minutes. So if it's 2 minutes for the swan and 5 for the frog. Yeah, D. Yep. Yep. And yeah, those are a little too easy.
French? Oh, the other one.
But let's just chalk. Yeah, it's time to go. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. It's good. No, I think we're good. So what we'll do is yeah, work on as much as you can. So do all the easy and medium ones. I know we didn't do the mediums for the last math and for the last reading, but give your best shot. We'll review it next Thursday. We'll meet at the same time next Thursday, and there'll be new packets also. So, all right, we're all set. Yeah, feel free to take some snacks on your way out. Just the easy and medium. Do everything but the hard. Everything but the hard. I'll email you a reminder. Yeah, I'll put in Schoology as well.
I could just.
I